When you hear the words Calvin Klein, they evoke memories, thoughts, and emotions that are unique and personal. Where you were, what you were wearing, or what you saw and experienced, or maybe they even conjure the scent of a fragrance. We are all uniquely connected by the passion we share for this brand. The thoughts, emotions, and experiences embrace the history of the house and inspire my creative process. This is a starting point for fall 2014. For me, the season began with my emotional connection to the brand, a mix of memories and desires. Imagery from influential American modernists who inspire Calvin himself: Georgia O'Keeffe, Donald Judd, Agnes Martin, Mark Rothko, Richard Serra, and the overall optimism of mid-century modern period. The film you're about to see functions as a curated collage and a visual scrapbook, comprised of significant moments in time for both me and the house of Calvin Klein. The connections here link Calvin's past to our future. This helps us better understand his legacy and take it forward, all in a dreamlike setting.
Evocative and mysterious, soft and atmospheric, capturing the nostalgic elusiveness of memories. Serene clouds blur thoughts of the past and bring the future to the forefront. Serenity, pure, sensual, tactile. In my dreams, a luxurious mist surrounds and envelops me. Outside of my dreams, it is a constant world in motion. I try to escape and submerge myself in tranquility. Clouds, translucent clouds, and flowing textures bring me back to a different place and time. The power of silence and sanctuary. But sometimes it's cool, calm, and muted. There's a powerful confidence, a warmth disguised as vulnerability. Is that a hint? Is it a suggestion? I feel as though I am surrounded by power, strength, a sort of veiled confidence. My recollection of it all is a bit hazy at times. I always come back to that night of his opening at the gallery. With introspection, my thoughts of him become more crystalline. And like his work, they can be graphic, bold, and pure. Sometimes it all feels very simple, but it's always more complex than what it appears to be. My mind wanders to him. His scent. The mind is powerful. It can be illuminating and very sensitive if you let it. He made me feel safe to consider those possibilities. Aware. Sometimes you have to explore, to reveal. It's those evocative pathways that bring about the unexpected. You have to be open and vulnerable to those experiences. It's those journeys which evolve you and can bring serenity, but sometimes they can also complicate and blur your world. It's about being bare and exposed, fueled by a desire to reveal and conceal. Unanticipated emotion. In that moment, it was the warmth of his touch. That moment, that most sublime moment. It was so natural, so unexpected. It was effortless. It was intriguing, and yet disturbing. When I reimagine it, it feels so real now. But then, it felt like a dream. It was sensual. It was comforting. In your dreams, you can re-experience and reimagine what you didn't really consciously notice before. Temperature, elements, surfaces, surroundings, they all seem disguised by emotion. Now they are more delicate and raw. The scenery is so pure and vivid, languid. Maybe it's just youthful introspection. Some have a desire for silence, quiet shadows, sheer intrigue, soft. I can escape in those situations. I can enter a world with a sense of subtle intrigue, where I am not sure if I'm awake or dreaming. Everything seems so clear and tender, soulful and sensitive. As I recall, he was gentle and barely there, yet unyielding. I revealed myself to him, and his reaction was quite unexpected. Back then, I was young yet self-assured. Together, we were light and calm. I often wonder if he still thinks of me too. Our relationship was tactile and multidimensional. In my mind, I like to think that we have both evolved at this point. That was then, this is now. Right? There have only been a few relationships that changed me. Strength attracts me. Intimacy intrigues me. I believe that confidence must reflect a soft, serene tenderness. It's not just about power and protection. You really have to think about relationships in the context of space and time. Space and time defines them. Space, time can powerfully create boundaries and havens. We see it in architecture. It's about repetition and patterns. We have to recognize the repetition in order to move past it, to innovate, remain present, and visualize the future. Our environment becomes a reflection of who we are. Subdued, bare, seductive. Spaces can be daring. Spaces can invite introspection. They are mysterious. Sometimes it's about the light. Muted, refracted, frosted, glazed. Your emotions, are they connected? Are they provoked or subverted by our imagination? Provocations can inform the senses. Explorations can be reflective. When I start to think about him, I remember him as elusive yet desirable. I think we were interwoven in that way. We balanced each other. Simple and precise. Light yet subversive. Multidimensional, but contained. But it was the memory of that day that stays with me. We were both so vulnerable. Recall the textures and the space. Raw. Elemental. Sensitive. Simple. I was intrigued by the form and texture of the wood sculptures. I remember thinking to myself that though wood is such a hard, natural material, actually, it's easily manipulated and sculpted into new forms, stripped back and rethought. So then I wondered, can we all be rendered into something more beautiful than ourselves, stripped back? Like nature, which evolves and transforms naturally, shedding what they don't need to create something more beautiful. Exposed, and sometimes overexposed surfaces can be transformed naturally. Is that why we, or should I say, why I, dream of escaping to nature? I guess it's that desire for escapism that has led to the exploration of my dreams. Some of those dreams revolve around the dark desire. More bare and more intimate. It can even be erotic and emotional a little off-center, a little shifted, always captivating, sometimes obsessive. And the scenery and the palettes are always changing. Sometimes it's more muted, and other times, everything is more vivid. Very black and white and streamlined. Or more emotional. Deep and dark shades. It's those contradictions that are always at play. And there was always tension and distress. I could feel the shift. It feels so long ago now. I try to look back and be contemplative about it. But it's so easy to be distracted by the noise. Like in art, tension can be created by brushstrokes or conflicting surfaces and lines. In life, it's that tension in those lines which create a framework to work within or break out of. There's something really tender that happens in that place. You have to be open, thoughtful, calm to see it. It's a place that reminds you that you can be bare without being exposed. You have to be sensitive and rely upon your intuition. Experience the silence. It's large and limitless. Appreciate the spaciousness. No limits. I don't know. Does any of this make sense? But memories are precious. And the more you love a memory, the stronger and stranger it becomes.